threatening total atomic annihilation.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Just Nukem Gaming. This is Nuke here. So today we're going back in with another episode of Fallout, Tale of the Three Wastelands. So last episode we made a big journey through the DC Metro ruins, all the way to the far southern part of the map, or southeast part of the map to be a bit more specific. And we finally found ourselves in Rivet City, where we do have a couple, 2 or 3 little quests where we need to get some info for Moira, for her book. Brian Wilkes, there's a friend over here, or a relative we need to find, that we're hoping will take him in. And finally, our father reportedly came through here according to 3 Dog, and we're hoping to find a bit more about what happened to him. So yeah, this is basically
Hold
just
it
a
right there.
big rush bucket of
State your business in Rivet City.
chip. So Harkins, what's up?
And who might your father be? If he lives on this boat, I know him. Dr. Lee, eh? Well, then I guess you'd have to ask Dr. Lee for more information. Go on up then. She's probably in the science lab. But keep your nose clean, you hear me? We're the safest, most secure city in the Wasteland. Nothing can get in here without our say-so. I don't exactly have time to worry about the history around here, now do I? I've got to worry about what's happening on it now.
So you're not very
Carry
friendly.
on,
Not at all, Harkins. Okay. So before we go into the city proper, yeah, let's go to the marketplace. Oh, dang it. Okay. We need to wait like 5 more minutes, then we can go into the marketplace. Okay, so Rivet City Market. With any luck, we can pick up some pretty good stuff here. Okay, so he doesn't really have anything particularly great toward buying right now. Really no mods we need. But he did have a little helpful hint. Maybe if we talk to Bannon, we'll know a little bit about the history of this place.
Welcome to Potomac Attire. I am Bannon, proprietor and city council member. I carry discriminating attire for discriminating customers. Between you and me, keeping out the riffraff is good for business. Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every Monday morning. I can be very influential, if you know what I mean. Far more than Seagrave Holmes. A threat? No, of course not. Well, maybe. He wants to replace me on the council. He's a shady character. I just can't prove it. Now, if someone were to find something incriminating in his room, well, let's just say I would be very appreciative. Why, I practically set this whole place up. When I got here 12 years ago, it was just a handful of dead-enders squatting in a rusted-out rowboat. Now I'm on the council, and with my leadership, we're the strongest settlement in the wastes. Of course, a few of those dead-enders still stick around, but who'd want to leave? Well, yes, but it was hardly any place of importance until I arrived on the scene. That's all ancient history now. No one would ever care about it. If you insist on wasting your time on that, you could try that bartending old crone down below, Belle Bonnie. Come back soon.
Okay, so he claims he founded the place. But, yeah. This place does seem to be in here a lot longer. Something's off, so yeah, we're going to have to go do a little bit more investigating.
I heard the city council is debating putting rail. Stay away from me! What? I suppose it doesn't matter if I tell you. I used to be a slave. I saw a slaver on this ship. His name is Sister. Really? Can you help me? Thank you. I don't have anything to give you. If you ever go up north, there is a secret slave hideout called...
Okay, we gave her a little money, got a location, and some karma in
I'd rather be
return.
alone just now.
Welcome to the Weatherly Hotel. I'm your hostess, Vera Weatherly. Well, I really shouldn't tell you, but have you heard about Polly Cantelli? He's addicted to chems. His poor wife Cindy is at her wit's end. You haven't heard? Angela has the hots for Diego. But since he's a priest, he's been putting her off. One of these days, she's just going to jump his bones. They say Mr. Lopez is losing it. He stands on the top of the bridge tower for hours at a time, just staring out over the city. She's not very... She's smart, though. Poor dear. I know what it's like to be alone. I'd love to take him in. Don't worry. I have the means to keep him fed and healthy, but most importantly, safe. Oh, that's wonderful. If you ever wander back into Rivet City, why don't you check up on us? You're always welcome.
Alright. So, we found a new home for young Brian Wilkes with his Aunt Vera. Which actually puts us in pretty good standing with the people here at the Rivet City. Alright, so we got a few more people we need to talk to. So let's see if we can find the science lab. Okay, so he clued us in about where this little weird message tapes we find about some robot guy from the Commonwealth. We need to be looking for this guy named Pinkerton. But more importantly, I think we finally found where we can find Dr. Lee.
Look, Dr. Zimmer, we've been over this. We don't know about your runaway robot, and we don't care. This lab is dedicated to solving real problems.
Yes. But Dr. Lee...
Dr. Lee is trying to save lives, and your constant interruptions are interfering with those efforts. Now please, stand aside.
I'm sure the good doctor's work with water purification is fascinating. But if you only knew what was at stake. The technology in that android...
What's at stake? You won't tell me what's at stake. Vagaries and secrecy. A robot's a robot, Zimmer, no matter how shiny the paint job. Now, please.
Ignorance and facetiousness. That's all you people are good for. Shiny paint job indeed. You can't even imagine the Commonwealth's accomplishments.
You
Yeah,
know,
they've
if
done
you're
some
so
pretty
smart,
big
maybe
things, I would
you
say.
could help us, But no, that never even crossed your mind. Go peddle your selfishness somewhere else.
Fine, but I'm not leaving. Not until I've spoken to Dr. Lee. I'll be here when she's ready to abandon her chemistry set and talk real science.
Suit yourself.
Time is... wasting.
I heard that the city...
You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered. Are you by any chance for hire? To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property. How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons. synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off. You're helping me retrieve this android, aren't you? I've tracked him this far. He's out there somewhere, in the capital Wasteland. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it. Of course! I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends. Excellent! Locate my android, and you won't be disappointed. Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that. Forget and now maybe he. It's possible. So, by God, you're the. And this particular android, designation. The Commonwealth itself. Ah, well.
The council is debating putting railings on the...
Yeah. She's... The Weatherly Hotel? Look, anybody...
The flight deck.
Well, I
Okay.
hope they do something.
Let's see what
Remember
Dr.
that
Lee has to
Look,
say.
this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people.
It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here?
Well, yes, of course I do. Don't you know who I am? I suppose James never told you. Typical.
I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your father many years ago. Your mother as well, in fact.
You'll have to forgive me, this has all been very stressful. What with your father suddenly showing up here after being gone for so long.
You have to understand that we put all of that behind us. Project Purity, our work, all of it. We've moved on, even if your father hasn't. You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there. Your father is no longer here, and Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the old lab. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you. It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone. That idiot? He left so long ago, most folk don't even remember him. He claimed to have found a secret stash of technology somewhere in the ship. Then he just disappeared. Look, I don't want to be hard. I don't have the reason. That fell off the deck last year?
Okay.
It's bad. I'm sure
So,
there's something about
we seem to be just about on the heels of our father. He's actually pretty close by over here at the Jefferson Memorial. But before we leave Rivet City, yeah, we need to find this guy named Pinkerton. He seems to
In the muddy rudder last night?
have quite a bit of information we might be needing.
History? Don't know if it ever had an official start. Huh.
Why, that lying son of a bitch. He wasn't even born when I got here. Want to know this tub's history? Only person who really knows it is Pinkerton. And most think he's dead, or gone. He's holed up in the other half of the ship, and he don't like visitors. He'll set you straight. Go talk to Vera if you want gossip. I'll be right here when you get...
Okay, so now we need to know where we really need to go in order to find out the history of how Rivet City started. But before we do that, there should be one more little quest I would like to be able to pick up. We just need to find the Reservation Society.
In the DC ruins, you'll find the National Archives, or what's left of it anyway. The building should contain the document in a protective glass case. Be careful. The place is swarming with super mutants. Here, let me pinpoint its location for you. It's funny now that you ask.
Okay, so he wants us to go find the Declaration of Independence. So we need to do a little national treasure type mission here and go fetch this thing. Good news is that when we do get ready to go for that, yeah, it's on the little mall, just right across from the Museum of Technology. In fact, if we go to the Museum of History, we can basically just walk down the road. That's something we're going to do for later. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, there's a lot of super mutants there.
You may be right, but I have nothing to live for. Ted Strayer. I suppose I could talk to him. He is kind of a lost boy. Thank you, stranger. Someday, maybe I'll get courage.
Okay, so we helped out Mr. Lopez. That was a nice little easy mission. Of course, we just got some fame out of it, but hey, we'll take whatever.
You've been rather busy lately, asking questions, investigating. Or do you have some kind of personal grudge against an innocent android? Fine, let's cut to the chase. My name is Victoria Watt. It seems you're trying very hard to locate an android You really want help? Take this. It's an internal component from the very android you're searching. Present it to Dr. Zimmer in Rivet City. Tell him the android is dead, and do that and Zimmer will go back to the Commonwealth. Just understand that this android is now, for all intent, but even if he's not, even if he's a machine, this person. Of course, if you help me, we call ourselves the Railroad. Yes, if we are able, but there are others in the Wasteland who assist. Tell you what, you deliver that component to Zimmer.
Okay, so yeah, you just kind of came out of nowhere, lady. Okay, so we're going to go find this guy named Pinkerton. If I'm not mistaken, we go through this door. And this should get us pretty close to where we could jump off into the water and swim over to the bow of the ship. Yep. So yeah, we need to swim right down to there. I think maybe we'll put on our environment suit. Because yeah, this is pretty heavy radiated water. And down we go. And of course it is super... I'm trying. And we died. Okay. That's better. Still need to find a way through here. Don't spin his... Yeah, okay, let's get our good armor out and our shotgun. Damn, we're stuck in the corner here. Okay, this is going pretty badly. Okay, armor up. You know what? I dropped the Ripper, didn't I? I dropped the Ripper. This... Okay. Okay, try this again. Armor up. This time. Do not drop the Ripper. There we go. Why not? Okay, this guy hits pretty hard. Let's eat, drink a little. Probably need to put on a good gun. Really? Yeah, I forgot. This guy kind of booby traps this place a little bit. Oh, our flashlight's working again. Okay. Oh, really? Yeah, our luck's not so good here. Okay, so before he sees us, I do want that. Sorry, dude, you don't need it. You're smart.
How the hell did you get in here? I suppose you can't be all that bad if you made it this far without dying. This is the part where you tell me what the hell you are doing bothering an old man who obviously wants to be left alone. Get on with it already. What are you talking about, boy? I don't know anything about any of that. And, what did you call it? An android? What's that? Fine, whatever. This android calls himself Harkness now. Comes in and wants a memory job. I took new memories and replaced his old ones. Don't believe anyone's done that before. Certainly not down here. That Commonwealth tech isn't all that fancy when it comes down to it. I'm also the only one in the Wasteland with the skill and the nerve to perform facial surgery. That android flesh ain't so different than ours. You want proof? I documented the whole thing, so I could rub it in the face of Dr. Lee when I need to rankle her feathers. I hate that snooty bitch. That witch ruined my life, but you're right. Who gives a crap about any of that? You want your precious proof. It's all in my computer. Here's the password. See for yourself. Hell, just take these pictures and this holotape. Straight from the Synthman's lips. Just don't go telling Harkness, though. He won't believe you anyway. And you really don't want to see him upset. He can be a bit inhospitable. Maybe I am. Maybe I... I suppose you're right. But don't worry. All you need to do is use the recall code. Just say to... I live here. It's where I do my work. And it's far away from Dr. Lee and all those other monkeys dressed up like scientists. You made it past my defenses, which proves you aren't a dummy. And you haven't killed me. So I suppose you aren't here to do that. I suppose you can hang around if you want. Just don't touch anything. Bunch of bleeding heart but they have... What? I have better things to do than yak about those backstabbers up topside. Now get going. Ha! Sounds like you've been poking around, all right. I'm surprised any of those reprobates even remember me. Maybe they still laugh about how they edged me out of the council back then. But you can set the record straight. For that, you have to go all the way back to when remnants of the Naval Research Institute cleared the Mirelurks off this wreck, about 40 years ago. We were looking for new lab space, and this bucket of bolts just happened to have a well-preserved science bay on it. Everything else just grew up around that lab once we got it up and running. The science team was led by one H. Pinkerton. That lasted until about 18 years ago, when those ambitious backbiters like Lee and her little team showed up. She came in with her big Purity Project pipe dream, and my whole staff started working with her, those traitors. She even took my seat on the council. By then, I was glad to leave it behind. But hell, if I'm leaving the city I made great. Who cares? It's some hydroponics. Apparently, though, Of course I do. A good scientist always keeps track of their data. Here, they probably don't even remember, but I kept the records of that first council meeting. Take them, if it'll put them in their place. Don't let your guard down.
Alright, so that gets us some very helpful information from him, which should get us a better reward from Moira. Alright, so we'll do a quick look around, make sure we're not missing anything good. Then we're going to run out here. Oh, we actually got a couple options. We'll talk about that when we get out.
That's secure for a reason.
We will take that book from you, and we'll get the info off his computer. Okay, so he has a nice little handy-dandy exit. Comes right outside the front of the destroyed aircraft carrier here. So, while we're here, I do want to go ahead and go talk to my father before we make the trek back to Megaton. But, yeah, we got hit pretty hard. So we're actually going to run back in Rivet City. See if we can talk to the doctor and get healed up a little bit. Okay, so we're healed back up, cured our radiation. So let's head over to the Jefferson Memorial and see if we can find our father. And, well, we're going to have to fight our way in there. Unfortunately, it's not going to be quite that easy. Oh yeah, blow up. Not mistaken, there is a little camp up there. We could free some people and get a little bit more karma. I'm not seeing any super mutants. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be some in here.
Please. God. Someone. What? Who? I need to get out of here. You're right.
No, you can have it. I don't think there's really that much there. If I'm may have some like stim packs or something like that. Nothing particularly great. I'll be okay. Lady, maybe you don't want to go that way. I don't think that way's particularly safe. But good luck, I guess. Yep, that's what I thought.
Right, go!
Hey, I took care of him. Oh, she is coming back. I hate to break this to you, lady. Yeah, there's probably more of them up here. I tell you what, you just bring them to me. Oh, that was a good shot.
Oh.
Oh, we are doing good today. Oh, okay. Lady, maybe you should give me those supplies. I seem to be doing a lot of saving from me today. Okay, looks like everybody here. Okay, we're going to switch to a really good gun here. You know, in fact, yeah, let's go. Let's go silenced here. Mike. Okay, I guess I was hitting him. Man, that took up a lot of ammo. Oh, okay, that's the turret.
I love a good fight! You are weak, I am strong!
Move, 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 move. You know, it's burning through a lot. But what we do have a lot of is 5.56 rounds. Ooh, a power fist.
I'll wear your bones around my neck!
I don't know what's up with you guys. You don't want to use your guns. You know, that kind of works to my advantage, so hey, whatever. That's correct. There we go. A few good headshots. Okay. Yep, you guys are entirely too tough. Oop. You almost got me, sir. Okay. Let's listen to his notes.
To be honest, the Gek sounded like pure fantasy, even for someone of Braun's capabilities. It was nothing short of a miracle. A terraforming module capable of producing life from complete lifelessness. But not only was this thing a reality, it was actually distributed to several vaults to be used after an atomic war. Vault 101 was, sadly, not on that list. I did some digging and discovered Braun's name on the reservation list for a Vault 112. I'm no slouch, but this man, he could have easily succeeded where I failed. Does his collected knowledge remain within the halls of Vault 112? Journals, holotapes, computer records, maybe even experiments. If I could gain access to just a fraction of Braun's genius, Project Purity would become a reality. Even in Vault 101, my work on Project Purity never really stopped. Soon after we arrived, my nightly routine included sneaking into restricted areas, searching for, I don't know, whatever I could find. It was a Vault-Tec facility, after all. The place was built with some of the most advanced technology this country had ever developed. Those excursions never turned up anything particularly useful. So, one night, after half a bottle of scotch, I broke into the Overseer's office. It was easy enough to hack his console, gain access to the restricted files. Most of it was garbage. Propaganda, spy reports, just plain rambling bullshit, really. But there was one thing, one name that stood out amongst all the others. Dr. Stanislaus Braun. I knew of Braun's work, of course. He was a celebrity in his day, Vault-Tec's sorcerer scientist, leaving his peers in awe of his technological wizardry. But it was in Vault 101 that night in the Overseer's office I first learned of Braun's involvement in Vault-Tec's Social Preservation Program and his work on something called Gek, the Garden of Eden Creation Kit. I'm off to Vault 112 to search for anything of Braun's that might help me get this purifier up and running. All I know is that it's west of some place called Evergreen Mills, and it's well hidden in some sort of garage. But I'll find it. I have to. It's so close, but that's the story of Project Purity, isn't it? An eternity of almost theirs. Let's see if Braun has the missing puzzle piece.
Okay, so, unfortunately, as per usual, we were a little too slow. Our father is not here. So, we need to go find this guy, and he is way, way, way to the west of us. In fact, further west than we have been so far. So really, we haven't gone past Vault 101. We haven't been to this armory yet. Yeah, that's going to be quite a bit of a travel there. Alright, so before we do anything, yeah, we need to head back to Megaton. So we can talk to Moira, turn in that little part of the quest we finally finished, finding out the history of Rivet City, and see what she wants next. Hey, Moira.
Any luck finding out how Rivet City got started? Aha! Not just as easy as asking around, was it? Good information takes real work to uncover after all. So, tell me all about it. With the protected location and resources that came from those scientific advances, I can definitely see how it grew so quickly. A bit of smarts leads to a big reward, huh? Speaking of which, in thanks, have a few of these for the next time you've got to be quick on your wits. Oh, and I'll let the Rivet City traders know they'll be favorably mentioned in the book. You'll get a discount buying gear from them in the future. I've got to do a section on working with old computer electronics, so there's some research to be done in the old Robco production facility. Also, there used to be a big library out there. Imagine a whole building full of books. I'll need you to gather information there for me. And that'll be it for the last chapter. So, what'll it be? Oh, that sure saved me a lot of time. But I bet their book wouldn't have anything about exploding mole rats, would it? Books are where the old world kept its knowledge, and libraries are where it kept the books. And there's supposed to be one in Arlington. See if it's still there, and if you can download records from its computer. Information dumps like those would be invaluable for rebuilding humanity. Great! The library should be in Old Arlington, not far from downtown. See if you can download the archives from its computer. If you can't get those, then even the card catalog would be useful. Any little piece of information could help the book, and thus humanity.
Okay, so she wants us to go to the library. Okay, guys, so yeah, Moira wants us to go visit the library, which luckily for us isn't a terrible trip. We basically just head south from Megaton. Or actually, you know, we really can't head south from Megaton because we go out the doors. Yeah, those two ghouls from the World of Pain respawned, and okay, so maybe we'll go to the water tower or Wilhelm's Wharf, probably water tower, and just head south. We can actually skirt along the outside the DC ruins and just come at it from the east or from the west. What is that? Oh, yeah, we don't need that just yet. So yeah, that would actually be pretty helpful. Once we get Arlington Library taken care of, which I'm pretty sure is full of a bunch of raiders, and we'll meet some new friends, or soon to be friends. She wants one more thing done, that is we need to find a Robco factory and download a bunch of information. I don't remember where that is at. But that'll finally get the Wasteland survival guide done and out of the way. We have a few other little quests we'll probably clear out, like heading up to Arafu. We still need to run back to Grey Ditch and help out young Brian Wilkes one last time. And then finally we can head over here to Vault 112. We could make that a little bit easier by heading over to Vault Tech headquarters first, though. So that would actually help us with Agatha Song's quest. That's an idea. Alright. But we'll do that next time. So thank you for joining me, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. That helps out the channel a lot. And I'll see you guys next time with another episode of Fallout Tell the Three Wastelands.